The Alpha and the Troublemaker. Written by Sophia Oliver. Narrated by Storytime Dragon. This is a werewolf high school romance and coming of age. This reading is not suitable for anyone under the age of 18. Chapter 1. Another day at school. Beep, beep. No, it's too soon to be morning, I thought as I leaned over and turned off the alarm. I let out a heavy sigh and barely opened my eyes to look at the window. I put my arm across my eyes to block out the light that is streaming into my room this morning. Oh look, another glorious day to get up and go to a place I absolutely abhor, high school. Crawling out of my bed, I head to the bathroom to shower and get ready. Once I am done, I make my way to my closet to see what my options are. What to wear? My closet pretty much consists of black clothes. I am not a fan of light colors. After picking out a pair of skinny black jeans with tears and an old 80s band t-shirt, I decide to throw my hair up in a messy bun because I am not in the mood to mess with it today. I add some black eyeliner to my eyes and a little tinted lip gloss to my lips. I grab my leather jacket and black boots. And I am ready to go. Yep, I am a rebel girl. I make my way down the stairs where I find my older brother, Christopher, sitting at the table eating the breakfast that our mom prepared. Morning, say as grab a plate. To start dishing out my own breakfast. Morning. You're going to be late, he says to me as he continues eating. Not when I'm driving the beast, I say as I take a few bites. I decide I'm no longer hungry and put my dish in the sink. Where are mom and dad? I ask while grabbing a banana. I can at least snack on that later. 5 stars out with the Alpha and Luna. All right, well, I'm out. Catch up with you later for training. Yep, see you then, he says as he gives me a wave. I head out the door and to the Beast. The Beast is what I call my dad's old black Charger. It's beautiful and I love driving it. As jump into the car and turn the key to start it, the Beast's engine roars to life. As it rumbles, it tells me it's ready and I take off for school. I attend Hudson High, which is in the next town over in our neighboring pack, Moon River Pack. The two packs are divided by a huge river that runs between the boundary line. With the window rolled down, I hit play on the 80s playlist on my phone, which is synced to the speakers in my car, and blast it. I start to nod my head and tap my fingers on the steering wheel as I continue to make my way to the school. Only a few more weeks of this place, and then I'm gonna enter the parking lot just as my favorite Mist song, Bad Reputation, comes on, and I blast it as I make my way through the parking lot and find a parking spot. Once I am parked, I continue to blast the song until it is finished. I see a shadow move across the passenger seat and my best friend Silas is putting his head through my car window. Really, Char? Don't you think it's a little early to be blasting your angry music? He says as he flashes me his dashing smile. Please. It's never too early for this, I say as I turn my car off, grab my phone and bag, and get out of the car. We walk into the high school together, but head off into different directions since my locker is on one side of the school and his is on the other. After opening my locker, I take my backpack off, open it, and remove most of my books. I just keep the ones 3 need for the first 2 periods of the day. Upon closing my locker, I hear the most annoying laugh heading in my direction from the left. Ugh, not this morning. Well, look who we have here, girls. If it isn't our favorite little troublemaker, I hear Missy say to the 2 girls that walk beside her, Carla and Rachel, her minions. I turn to her, giving her a fake smile while tilting my head, and say, isn't it my favorite girl I love to hit? She smirks and says, you wish. Try me. She looks me up and own and smirks. I may be shorter than her, but I would have her down on the ground crying in less than 30 seconds if I thought I could get away with it. She walks up to me, gets right in my face and says, you don't want to get in trouble again, do you? Just a few more weeks. I growl and let my canines show a little before saying, school's almost out, Missy, and once it is, you won't have the school as your saving grace to keep me in line. That's enough, an alpha tone behind us says. Great. I roll my eyes and take a step back from her as the dark presence of the alpha sun comes closer. Don't you have somewhere to be, troublemaker? He whispers in my ear as he passes me and puts his arm around Missy. She turns to me with a mocking smile. I just pasted a sarcastic smile on my face before saying, "Yep, sure do." Giving him a sarcastic salute, I turn and head to my first class. Goddess, I hate them. Luckily, school didn't drag out for me once it started. I didn't hate the school for its education system that was actually good. No, I hated this place for the people that attended it. They were the ones that made it hell for 4 years. But lucky for me, as soon as graduation is here, I'm gone. I couldn't wait because I had talked my dad into letting me apply to schools, and I got into a college that was in a pack a few towns over Silas, and I also wanted to go on a road trip together before I head off to college, and my dad is getting closer to agreeing. Probably since I would be with Silas, who just so happened to be the alpha's second son, my best friend and partner in crime. Lunchtime came and I was happy to catch up with Silas and have him by my side for the rest of the day. We lucked out that we had the last 2 classes together. I don't think I could manage an entire day without seeing my pal. Silas was a very good-looking wolf, and he knew it. He had dark hair that he grew long on the top so that he could slick it back, but shaved short on the sides and back. He looked like an original greaser from the 50s. He had ocean blue eyes that made all the girls swoon and was taller than average. His attire was pretty much the same thing every day, either a white or black t-shirt, jeans cuffed at the bottom with a pair of black boots, and a leather jacket. For years I have received dirty looks and growls from all the girls that lusted after Silas. They were always jealous of the attention that he would give me over others. Not my fault for having such a loyal friend. Silas didn't date much. He believed in the mate call and didn't want to waste time with someone he wasn't mated to. It was kind of sweet. "How's your day going?" Silas asked as he sat down at the circular table we've sat at for the last 4 years in the quad. "Okay, ran into Missy this morning before first period," I tell him as I take a scoop of pudding and put it in my mouth 5 stars. "Well, you are still here and haven't been sent home. So, I guess you played nicely with her," he said before taking a bite from his lunch. "Yep. Of course, that was after her. Stupid alpha's son barked at us to stop." "Really?" "He showed up," Silas says. "Yep, he did." I copy him. The he who shall not be named is none other than Dominic Furi. Everyone calls him Dom. Dom is your everyday, good-looking soon-to-be alpha. He's cocky, thick-headed, and full of himself. He is going to have a rude awakening when the full responsibility of being alpha falls on his shoulders. Good looks will not get you far when another alpha is threatening to overtake your land or when a small pack of rogues decides to take advantage and try to wreak havoc on your land before they are caught. I have a bit of history with him. He tried to kiss me back when we were freshmen, and I decided to throw him. I think sometimes he's itching for a rematch. "No, thank you, Sasha, but he is kind of dreamy and smells good." My wolf, Sasha, chimes in my head. Me. "Shut it, Sasha. There is no way we are falling for Dom." The bell rings and we head off to the last classes that we have for the day. After school, I ask Silas, "Need a ride?" "Nah, I got lacrosse practice after school. Training later though," he says as he points at me while walking backwards. "Wouldn't miss it," I say as I blow him a kiss and make my way to my car. Head over to my favorite spot to get away from the world. Farther south, between the 2 pack lines, the river gets smaller, and there is an old wooden bridge that I like to sit on and either read or draw. It's my little oasis. I pull the beast up to my usual spot and get out, making my way through the woods to head to my oasis. Sometimes I will let my wolf run to release some tension, but currently, she seems like she is doing fine. "Sasha, yeah, sure, I'm just great." I roll my eyes at her comment and sit down on my pack's side of the bridge. I pull out my tablet and scroll through my reading app to see if any new books have come out. It's fun reading these different stories and learning the different writing styles that people use. I continued looking through the stories when I hear a stick snap in the distance. I immediately look up. The noise was not on our side of the bridge, but on the Moon River side. I continue to survey my surroundings, and when I still cannot sense anything, I lower my head back down but still stay alert just in case. "Me, Sasha? Sasha, oh, you want something from me now? This wolf of mine." I start to hear giggling and footsteps and decide to hide from the giggling couple, find a tree and climb up into it so that I am well hidden but can still see the bridge. I am bummed that someone else knows my secret oasis. After a short while I notice two people walking to the bridge. They are kissing while they walk. Dom, what if someone shows up? I hear Missy's voice. Ugh, really? Them? Sure, Missy, it's fine. No one will see us, I hear Dom say. He leans her against the bridge and continues to kiss her while pinning her against the bridge with his arms on both sides of her. She wraps her arms round his neck while he takes one hand and runs it up and down her leg and slowly moves it between her thighs. Dom? I hear her say as she tries to move his hand. I thought you said we are just going to make out? We are, baby. I promise I won't do anything you don't want me to. She giggles. I start to gag and try not to throw up. They go back to kissing. I lean my head back on the tree limb so I can no longer see what they are doing. Why didn't I just head back to my car? I don't have to watch them grope each other, but there is nothing I can do about hearing them. Oh, my poor ears are being abused, thankfully. I cannot smell their lust or else I might lose my lunch. After what seemed like hours, I heard them putting their clothes back on and starting to make their way back to where they came from. Freedom at last. I jumped down from my spot and was about to make my way back to my car when all of a sudden, something grabbed me and pinned me to the ground. When I was able to get my bearings, I opened my eyes and realized that Dom had me pinned underneath him. Crap, I knew I smelled trouble, he says with a greedy look. I try to push him off me, but he has me pinned down pretty tight. Damn. Dom, get off of me. You better listen, troublemaker, and listen good. You better not say anything to anyone about what you saw today, do you understand? He says as he grips his hand round my throat. I nod my head in agreement since I was having a hard time talking at the moment. Good. He continues to stare at me for a moment before finally getting off me and making his way over the bridge until he's gone. Slowly I get myself up off the ground and brush off the dirt and leaves that are sticking to me. When I stand up, I let out a big huff. I let my guard down and he got me. I hate that. I grab my stuff and head to my car. I want to scream. I hate looking weak, and now Dom thinks that he will be able to pin me at any time. I will not bow down to that guy. Me. Thanks for the help. Sasha. What would you have liked me to do? Me. I don't know. Warn me. Sasha. You told me not to mention him and his scent. I was simply doing what you asked me to do. Arg. This wolf. I was glad to be heading home because it was almost time for training with my brother and the group, and I needed to let off some steam. When I finally get back to my house, I'm still burning slowly about what happened. I run up to my room and start looking for some workout clothes to change into for my training with the guys. This was one of the other things I looked forward to at the end of the day besides hanging out at my oasis. I pull out a sports bra and t-shirt with the sleeves cut off to leave an exaggerated hole and throw on a pair of capri leggings with some athletic shoes. I grab my hand wraps knowing that I would be doing a lot of punching today. I look at the time and notice that I need to make a mad dash to training or I would be in deep trouble with my brother and the Alpha's older son, Sam, Silas' brother, and the future Alpha. I start to run toward the training fields. I get there just a few minutes before it's about to begin. Squirt, what have I always told you? I hear someone yell in my ear. Closing my eyes, I tilt my head away from the yell before responding. Being early is on time, being on time is late. Sam moves around from behind me and says, "And you are early, sir?" I say with a bit of insecurity in my tone. Wrong, Squirt. From the look of my watch, I would say that you are on time, which means you are late. Give me 15 laps starting now, he says as he swats me on the butt to get moving. I shake my head, but start running the entire field 15 times. The area of the field is about a mile. So, 15 miles before I even start my training, which is not really a lot, and it does help with my anger. I make it back without even breaking a sweat. Good job, Squirt. Today we will be working on sparring. Since everyone else is already partnered with someone else, you will have to spar with me. Just great. I will be on the ground even more than I was before. I roll my eyes as I get into my defensive stance. I'm sorry. Did you just roll your eyes at me, Squirt? He asks in a defensive tone. No, sir, I say as I wait for him to start. What's wrong, Squirt? Who pissed you off today? He asks as he tries to entice me to start throwing punches. Stupid alpha son, I say as I start throwing punches and kicks at him. He stops what he is doing and straightens. What did you just say to me? One let out a huff and dropped my arms. Not you or Silas. Dom. Oh, I see, he says as he gets back into position. I yell out as my frustration continues. That's right, Squirt. Let it out, he says as he blocks all my kicks and hits. I hate it when he calls me Squirt in front of everyone. It has been Sam's nickname for me for as long as I can remember. So, what did Dom do this time? He says with a sing-song tone. He caught me off guard and was able to pin me. You mean like this? He throws me over and pins me to the ground. I shut my eyes and put my fists up to them to cover them as I start to feel the anger and rage burn inside me. I let my breath calm me down before jumping back up. Come on, Squirt, get back up. I jump back up to my feet and take a moment to really assess the situation before making my next move. Sam is slowly moving around, but not really making an advance to throw a punch. My wolf Sasha decides to come out and help me. Sasha, his left is open and not guarded. Try to catch him there. Listen to what she says, and I am able to get a hit in. Very good, he says as he comes back from the hit. Now try to get me on the ground. I tilt my head from side to side and start to figure out how in the world I am going to get Sam on the ground. Sam is 6'6" compared to my 5'6". Sam is literally a foot taller than me and incredibly built. I think the saying, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, truly FTS the scenario right now. Come on, Squirt. I don't have all day to wait on you, he says with a smirk. I let out a growl. He is taunting me and it's pissing me off. Sasha, keep your cool. Keep him waiting. He will show a weak point soon enough. Just then, Sam drops his shoulders and that's when I go in for the attack. He is completely thrown off guard, and I am able to do a leg sweep and tackle him. I hear a cheer as I get up from my stance. Wow, that actually felt good. Sam sits up as he shakes his head and laughs before he got up. All right, Squirt, good work. You were actually able to take me down. Me. Thanks, Sasha. Sasha, anytime. After training, Silas, Sam, and my brother walk over to me. So, what did Dom do to piss you off this time? Silas asks as he put his arm around my shoulders. He caught me off guard and was able to pin me to the ground, I tell him. With a huff. He starts to laugh and I elbow him in the stomach. Oof, he says as he doubles over from the hit. Maybe next time you will not laugh at me. Sam comes around to me and says, Squirt, you need to let it go and stop harboring such vengeance for this guy. I narrow my eyes at him and say, thanks, I will try to keep that in mind. He throws his hands up in surrender. All right, are you guys eating up at the pack house tonight? No, I think our mom is cooking tonight, Christopher chimes in. All right, we will catch up with you tomorrow then, Sam says as he turns and starts making his way to the pack house. Char, L2 text you later, all right? Silas says before following his brother. I nod and wave goodbye. I walk back to the house with my brother. The walk is silent for a bit until he says, do you need me to have a talk with Dom? I smirk before answering. As happy as that would make me, no. It's okay. I can handle him. He nods his head. All right, but you know I have your back and if he is messing with you and you need me, I will be there for you. Thanks, big brother, I appreciate it. He wraps his arm around my shoulder. Besides, it's our job to torment you. And no one else's, he says before putting me in a headlock and digging his knuckles into my head. Christopher. I yell as I try to get away from him. He makes a run for the house with me following close behind him. If you liked this chapter, please like and subscribe. It will help keep this channel going. Hit the notification bell to be updated with the latest chapters and stories. Thank you and see you soon.